Good morning, children. Welcome to today's chemistry class. Today we are going to discuss some concepts in this chapter, matter in our surroundings. So first of all, diffusion. What is diffusion? Now let me say some examples. If you, in a room, if you keep one agarbatti or one jasmine, if you keep in one corner of the room, the total room is going to get the good smell. That is because of diffusion. Here what happens, how the process has taken place means, from the jasmine or agarbatti, the gas molecules will come. They are combined with the gas molecules and the mixing of the particles. It is nothing but the mixing of the particles. Mixing of the particles on their own. That is because of the motion or movement of the particles. You know, the gas molecules are always moving randomly in all the directions. So, the diffusion takes place because of the movement of particles or motion of the particles. Important. Very simple the concept. Diffusion means mixing of the particles due to the motion of the particles or movement of the particles. This is a good example. You can understand the diffusion is taking place. What was that example? If you keep a jasmine or agarbatti in one corner of the room, the total room is going to get the smell of that agarbatti or jasmine. That is because of the diffusion. Now ultimately, what is the meaning of diffusion? What is the definition of diffusion? The mixing of the particles on their own due to the motion or movement of the particles. Right? Check. The mixing of one substance with another substance due to the motion or movement of the particles. When you are writing the definitions, we will shortcut in the form of shortcut form. We will write the mixing of one substance with another substance due to the motion or movement of the particles. So, whenever the diffusion is taking place, till what time or till where the diffusion is taking place means, the process of diffusion goes on until a uniform mixture is formed. Okay, the process of diffusion goes on until a uniform mixture is formed. Generally, the order of diffusion in gases, the diffusion is more than the liquid than the solids. So to understand that, one more activity also we can do. Okay, to take small beaker, in that take nearly 100 ml of water and just add one drop of potassium permanganate, one solid particle of potassium permanganate you add. You can see the pink color is appearing inside the solution. Okay, whenever the diffusion is taking place, the particles mix with each other until a uniform mixture is formed. Till the total solution is getting same pink color, till that time the diffusion is taking place. Okay, right? Now the next topic is evaporation. Evaporation means it is a process. It is a physical process. The process of conversion of a liquid into vapor. At its boiling point. When the liquid is converted into vapor, at its boiling point. Now generally what is evaporation? The process of conversion of a liquid into its vapor at its boiling point is called evaporation. Then simple thing is, when the water molecules get converted into vapor, the process is called as evaporation. We can say vaporization also. Vaporization. The process of conversion of a liquid into its vapor at its boiling point is called evaporation. During the evaporation, what is going to happen, we'll see. Generally, for this one activity we'll take one tumbler, in that we'll take water and we go on heating. Already the liquid molecules, they are in the motion. The particles between the liquid molecules are in motion. are having movement. Okay, as we are keep on heating, what happens? The kinetic energy of the molecules goes on increasing. The kinetic energy of the gas molecules goes on increasing. Okay. After some time, what happens? At its boiling point, the molecules on the surface of the liquid, have sufficient energy, can get converted into vapor state. Means the molecules will be vaporized. At the boiling point of the liquid, the molecules which are on the surface area will have a sufficient energy to overcome the interactions, and they can convert it into gas molecules or vapor. Indirectly, in between the gas molecules, some attractions are there. When we are heating at its boiling point, the molecules have sufficient energy to overcome the attractions between the particles, and the particles have high energy, and then they can go to the vapor state. This process is called as evaporation. Evaporation causes cooling effect. So to understand this evaporation causes cooling effect, we can take one example. Yes. Now you can consider in an open vessel. If you take an open vessel, the liquid keeps on evaporating. So what happens? The particles of the liquid absorb energy from the surroundings. The particles of the liquid absorbs energy from the surroundings. So what for? To regain the energy lost during the evaporation. When the evaporation is there, the liquid molecules lose their energy. So the liquid molecules get energy. The liquid molecules absorb energy from the surroundings to regain the energy lost during the evaporation. This absorption of energy from the surrounding make the surrounding cool. This absorption of energy from the surroundings makes the surroundings cold. That means evaporation causes cooling effect. Whenever evaporation takes place, because of the evaporation, the surroundings will get cool. That is called as evaporation causes cooling effect. You can understand how because of the evaporation, the cooling effect is noticed. Next concept, latent heat. Latent heat means, we'll see here. Latent heat is the heat energy which has to be supplied to change the state of a substance. Once again, you see what is latent heat. Latent heat means it is a energy, heat energy. Latent heat is the heat energy which has to be supplied to change the state of a substance. To change the state of a substance, whatever the heat energy we are applying, that is called a latent heat. There are two types of latent heat is there. Latent heat of fusion, latent heat of vaporization. Latent heat of fusion or latent heat of vaporization. Latent heat is the heat energy which has to be supplied to change the state of a substance. For example, we will see one activity. We take one tumbler of water and we are heating. We kept the tumbler on the burner or flame. We keep on heating. You can notice that at 100 degrees Celsius, the water molecules get evaporated. Okay. Now still, if you supply the heat, the liquid molecules are converted into vapor state, but there is no change in the temperature. Understood what I am saying? You have taken one bowl of water and you are keep on heating the liquid. You put it a thermometer to measure the temperature of the liquid. Okay, put a thermometer also, laboratory thermometer you keep in that vessel, and you observe what is the change in the temperature. As you are heating the liquid, the change in the temperature the change of the temperature of the liquid goes on increasing. But when it reaches to 100 degrees Celsius, the liquid molecules starts evaporating. Once if it reaches to 100 degrees Celsius, if you keep on heating the liquid, there is no increase in the temperature. There is no change in the temperature. Why? Because the liquid molecules, all the liquid molecules are getting energy to escape into liquid state. That is called as latent heat of vaporization. That energy is called as latent heat of vaporization. The amount of energy, the amount of heat energy to be supplied to change the state of one substance. Here in the just now the above said example, that is called as change of latent heat of vaporization. Latent heat of vaporization. The same way latent heat of fusion. What is the meaning of fusion? When we say fusion, when solid is melted, when solid is converted to liquid, that is called as fusion. When solid is converted to liquid, that is called as fusion. The same way latent heat of fusion. Latent heat of fusion. Okay. Now, generally, the states will be interconverted. Interconversion of states of matter. This already you know in lower classes. Once again you check. Here, how to understand this? When solid is converted to gas, the process is called as sublimation. Solid is converted to gas directly. The process of conversion of a solid is directly converted to gas. Example, camphor, कर्पूर बोलते. We say कर्पूर, camphor, ammonium chloride and iodine are solids. They are sublimable substances. When we heat them, they are directly converted to gas. Which are the materials? Ammonium chloride, camphor, iodine. These are all sublimable substances. When we heat them, they directly convert to gas. Suppose if the gases are directly converted to solid, the process is called as deposition. Sublimation and deposition both are exactly opposite. Sublimation means solids are directly converted to gas, that is called sublimation. And deposition means when gases are directly converted to solid, that is called deposition. This is one process. Next, if solids are converted to liquids, when solids are converted to liquids, we can call it as melting or fusion. Solids are converted to liquid, we can say melting or fusion, right? When liquids are converted to gases, we can say evaporation. These are all conversion of states. Liquid to gas, evaporation. Now we can see here, gas to solid, condensation. If gas, for the gas molecules, if you decrease the temperature and if you increase the pressure, gas molecules are condensed into liquid. Gases are condensed to liquid. The conversion of gases into liquid is called condensation. And the process of conversion of liquids into solid, solidification. Liquids are converted to solid means solidification. Right? These are the interconversions of states of matter. Means by increasing the pressure, by changing the pressure or by changing the temperature, the interconversions are possible. The interconversions are possible by changing the temperature, by changing the pressure. Suppose if you increase the pressure on gas molecules, first they will convert it to liquid, that is called as condensation. Okay. If you increase the pressure, the gas molecules are condensed to liquid, that is called as condensation. If you decrease the temperature of the gas molecules, slowly they will be converted to liquid. Means how gases are converted to liquid means by increasing the pressure and by lowering the temperature, or by decreasing the temperature, gases can be converted to liquid. How can liquids are converted to gas? By increasing the temperature. If you increase the temperature of the liquid will be converted to gas. That is called as, the process is called as evaporation. Meanwhile, you can see the boiling point, melting point. Boiling point means the temperature at which, boiling point means the temperature at which the liquid is converted to gas. The temperature at which the liquid is converted to gas at its atmospheric pressure. The pressure also important. At atmospheric pressure, the temperature at which the given liquid is converted to gas is called as boiling point or boiling temperature. The same way, melting temperature. The temperature at which the solid is converted to liquid at its atmospheric pressure. The temperature at which the solid is converted to liquid at its atmospheric pressure is called as melting temperature or melting point. Right? Thank you.